Success is in the eye of the beholder. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. No big deal. Are you disappointed that the Jets owner himself is not holding the team to a higher standard?
What a stupid organization I root for. It started with Robert Saleh yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess, right, saying that I would never say it's playoffs or bust. Well, I'm saying it's playoffs or bust, and there's my owner. And there's an old saying, I don't know if it's Italian or French or Yiddish, I have no idea, but the saying goes like this: a fish stinks from the head down. It's an old saying. Maybe it's a fisherman's saying. I don't know.
Maybe.
But that's where it comes from. That's the mantra. Like, God forbid we hold people accountable that make $30 million a year to actually get to the postseason for the first time in damn near a decade and a half. And that sucks, because I want my owner to come out and say, I'm done losing. I'm sick and tired of it. And yes, we had the injury to Aaron Rodgers last year, which is the only reason everybody's coming back. But everybody's on notice. I have not had a successful tenure as the owner of the New York Jets, and I'm embarrassed by what's taking place here with my franchise. And you bet your ass, when I greenlit the spending of money the way I have this offseason, and I allowed Joe Douglas to do all the things he's done, it came with a caveat. And that caveat was, it is inexcusable not to make it to the postseason. I don't want to hear about close loss. I don't want to hear about, hand grenades and what's the other thing that's close. Thank you, horseshoes. I want to hear that the New York Jets are playing a football game the second and or third week of January. And I put everybody on notice, if I'm the owner, that the losing stops now. No more excuses from Joe Douglas. No more excuses from Robert Saleh. And no more excuses from the clowns that wear the uniform that says J-E-T-S just across the chest. It is time to start winning. I don't want to hear about, well, we almost beat the Chiefs.
Yep.
We almost beat them. We almost beat them. No, and no. That's something you tell 6-year-olds. It's okay, Billy, that you lost by 40. You'll get them again next week.
Yep.
Unacceptable. And it starts with the owner. Like, you wonder why Robert Saleh at the press conference the other day said, I would never put, that on my team where, you have to win. Because the owner's telling them you don't have to win. What the hell's going on?
I'm with you, Craig. It's time for this team to start talking with a sense of urgency. That's the bottom line. You're talking about Robert Saleh currently being 18-33 as the head coach for the New York Jets. It's unacceptable, especially with the team they got.
Now, let me take you, if I may, into the Carton Show time machine. February, Woody Johnson asked about this season. I'm not a playoff mandate guy, but we got to do a lot better than 7 wins. This is it. We have to produce this year. Well, that's going in the right direction, at least.
Right.
So here's the question. You played for the Jets.
Yes, I did.
What the hell happened between February and March where we went from, we better do a hell of a lot better to, it is what it is. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose.
I don't know. I think you hit it right on the head. There seems to be this level of treating this locker room with a pair of kid gloves, which is frustrating because at the end of the day, you got Aaron Rodgers come back. You have a top 10 defense. You now have an offense that seems that they could be capable of putting up numbers.
That's your question. I was always taught, Timmy and I were talking about this yesterday over breakfast after the show. And Timmy and I have this same train of thought. Neither one of us played professional football. Jacoby, I'm sure, would double down on this with us as well. I was always taught, and maybe the world has passed me by, I don't know. I was taught that the last bastion of manhood was an NFL locker room. Men can be men.
Sure.
Right? And it's still allowed. You could be a caveman mentality, and we're rough and we're tough, and we eat meat off the bone, and that type of stuff, right? And all of a sudden, I get the sense like Woody Johnson and Robert Saleh are so concerned with how the soft players might react. God forbid you put pressure on them and tell them that if you don't make the playoffs, it's unacceptable. Timmy raising his hand. Yes, Mr. Hardaway?
Like I said before, Robert Saleh and the owner, they don't want to put all that pressure on their team. Just like the Dallas Cowboys owners is putting pressure on the Dallas Cowboys, and they can't perform.
But
all right,
Timmy,
but no buts. And maybe they just telling you all that so y'all could be quiet. Y'all want, you know what? The J-E-T-S people, y'all expect so much. Y'all expect so much. Maybe right now they want to be quiet and they get into that locker room.
Maybe we should hand out gummies and bubble gum to these.
And that's what they do. But that's what they doing.
No, Tim.
That's what they exactly
Tim, you're
doing.
from the old school. It's about being a man. These are multi-millionaires.
But they are doing that now. Times have changed. They are passing out bubble gum and gummies.
No, you adjust the television. You don't adjust how you treat athletes. These guys are making a lot of money to play a professional
you
sport.
could tell you all that, but in the locker room, you tell them, look, man, forget what I said. We better win, or all y'all gone.
No, every coach I've ever played for is very stern, direct. It's about the production you put on tape. If you're not winning, producing, and playing at a high level, we're going to get your keister out of there.
But that don't mean that they have to say it.
Yes, you do.
No,
How would you know it?
There's a chance. I said they will know it in the locker room behind closed doors. That's when they talk and tell you, look, if we don't get this done, y'all butt is out of here.
Listen, pressure bust pipes. Bottom line.
Bottom line, no matter what. So why you gonna put all the pressure out there for them? So when they walk outside, oh yeah, y'all better win. Y'all better win.
This is the 15-year-olds trying out for their local
wild. Here's what I learned.
It's still they all are grown men, but you know what? Everybody, football, basketball, baseball, being portrayed as little kids now.
Well, here's the deal. We learned a valuable lesson here today, led by Tim Hardaway, is that professional athletes today are soft
no question,
and fragile.
No question. I can tell you a couple of guys on different teams that are fragile. And if you talk to them the wrong way, they'll ball up and just be gone.
Give me an example of a guy. Give me an example of a guy.
James Harden last year, Game 7.
James Harden. I like how you talk. I like how you talk, Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but the ball.
I agree.
By the way, I just want to come full circle on the breakfast story, if I may. To rub it into me, Timmy, of course, did order moons over my hammy yesterday.
Denny's?
At Denny's. And I recognized the order, which is why I left without paying. That's right. Good. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.